How's it going, everyone? AllofPokemonTCG here, back again with another TCG Top 10. This one being my top 10 favorite cards. These are cards that I personally own, so things like Mewtwo, Full Art from Next Destinies would be on this list if I did own that card, but unfortunately I do not yet. And we'll get right into it. As you can probably tell, I'm a little sick, so you just have to bear with me on that part. But we're going to get into some honorable mentions first. So for honorable mentions, we have these three cards here being the legendary birds from Plasma Storm. This is the Moltres EX, Articuno EX, and Zapdos EX. I personally love that they include all three of these in the same set. I wish they would do it again with like the Lake Pixies or Lake Fairies, whatever you call it, Lake Guardians. That's what they're called. Uxie, Azelf, and Mesprit. I wish they would give them EXs in one of the newer sets. For other honorable mentions, I have the Mega Rayquazas from Roaring Skies. I have both of them on here, but I personally like the the normal type one a little more. But these cards are just so amazing. When I opened my first Roaring Skies box, these were like the cards that I wanted to pull. I do not own the Mega Rayquaza Full Art, unfortunately. Otherwise, I'd probably be on this list. But these are the honorable mentions, and we'll get right into number 10.
Number 10.
At number 10, we have this Celebi EX Full Art. It is from the Boundaries Cross set, and we pulled it recently during one of our, it was like a random pack opening. We had a bunch of blister packs, and we opened them all up and then opened all the packs. So we got it out of a Boundaries Cross pack in there. I think it was like one of our only ultra rare pulls. But I simply love this card just because of its design, which that's the same reason for a lot of these cards on this list, just their design is amazing. If you look at this card, it works. It's just so simple, but it just works for Celebi because Celebi is kind of a simple Pokemon. There's not much to it. And Celebi is one of my favorite legendaries, if not my favorite legendary, other than Lugia probably. But that's the reason why I love this card. I mean, there's not much more to it. Move on to number 9.
Number 9.
At number 9, we have this Mew EX Full Art. This one is from Dragons Exalted. And me personally, I am a huge Gen 1er. That's where I started with my red version and everything. So seeing this kind of full art, the Mewtwo one from, I believe, Next Destinies, there's a Mewtwo full art. I do not own that, otherwise that'd be on this list too. But that is such an amazing card. There's not many Mew cards ever. Like, I don't think there's, at least I don't own many of them. I own a few holos and stuff from the older sets. But I think this is like probably the best Mew card, maybe other than the shiny Mew Gold Star. I think that's only in Japanese or something like that. But this is definitely my favorite Mew card. That's why it's on this list.
Number 8.
Coming in at number 8, we have Full Art Trainers. I have my favorite 4 here, being the Pokemon Center Lady from Flashfire, Lysandre's Trump Card from Phantom Forces, Wally from Roaring Skies, and Steven from Ancient Origins, but I really think I'm going to love that Giovanni's Plans Full Art from the Break set coming out November 4th. I just love these cards because there's something different. We've had Full Art Pokemon and Secret Rare Pokemon and everything, but just giving this kind of attention to something as not as important as a trainer, or something that not very many people like, it makes it stand out more, and I think that's just really why I love it. And there's always one or two of them in every set that you can look forward to, at least from the most recent sets. They've included it. Primal Clash had Archie and Maxie. Roaring Skies had Professor Birch's Observations, Wally, and I think like either Teammates or something like that. But they seem to be including one or two in every set, which I love personally.
Number 7.
At number 7, we have Level X cards. These are like the ultra rares from the Diamond and Pearl, Heart Gold, Soul Silver era. I have my favorite 3 here being Infernape Level X, Blaziken Level X, and Mewtwo Level X. The only one that I actually pulled out of these 3 was the Blaziken. I pulled him out of the Supreme Victors box that we opened on the channel. But my favorite is probably the Mewtwo, just because, like I said earlier, I'm a Gen 1er personally. Started with that, and Mewtwo was the Pokemon to get back then. I just love the design of these cards. These are like kind of inspirational to the EXs we have today, because they start like coming out of the card, making the artwork more unique, I guess. And that's just really why I love these cards.
Number 6.
Coming in at number 6, we have the older EXs for like the Fire Red and Leaf Green, Ruby Sapphire, and Emerald era. I have the Groudon EX, Ho-Oh EX, Jirachi EX, and Celebi EX here, and I'm sure you guys can look at these and just know why they're one of my favorites. They're just so amazing. I know the full art cards kind of overdo it a little bit with like the art and stuff. These were kind of like the more simpler, some of the first ultra rares you could get other than like the gold stars and stuff. But these are like inspirational to every other ultra rare that has ever came. These are like what started it, and I think that's why I love it so much. I think my favorite is the Ho-Oh EX. I just love the way it looks on that card.
Number 5.
Next on our list, we have shiny Pokemon. I only have 4, I think, but I have 2 of them here, being Sigilyph and Gardevoir. One, Sigilyph is from Plasma Freeze, and Gardevoir is from Dark Explorers. I really wish they would bring this back with some more secret rares or something. Give us some shiny Pokemon. I love these from the black and white sets. There's like they do all 3 of the starters, Samurott, Emboar, and Superior too. Those are amazing, and you'll see one later. I'm not going to spoil it, but you'll see one later in the list too. And these are just awesomely designed. They are rare, just like in the games, just like shiny Pokemon should be, and I really wish they would bring it back.
Number 4.
Taking the number 4 spot, we have the Reshiram and Zekrom gold cards from Legendary Treasures. Now, I did not pull these personally. I know they are very hard to pull, and I've opened 2 boxes of Legendary Treasures. But these cards are just some of the most unique cards that are in Pokemon like ever. The only other card that's anywhere close to this is the Silver Dialga from Phantom Forces, which I do not own. Otherwise, that'd be right here with these 2. But these cards are just so amazing, being full arts and then having that uniqueness of being completely gold and shaded and everything is just absolutely amazing.
Number 3.
Coming in at number 3, we have Shining cards. These are like some of the older ultra rares or secret rares, I guess they were back then. I have a Shining Celebi and a Shining Mewtwo here. The Shining Mewtwo is definitely my more favorite one, but I thought I'd include Shining Celebi since I do only have 2 of them. I think they're from the Neo sets. I'm not really sure what set these ones are from. Actually, I pulled this, or didn't pull the Celebi. I got the Celebi from just a collection I bought of some guy, and he had it in with some commons. That's why you can see that it's like the edges aren't very great or whatever, because he didn't have it in a sleeve or anything. He had like a base set Charizard too that he had in a binder. He had a binder of better cards, and he didn't even have this one in with his better cards. So I mean, obviously it was a surprise to me, and I loved it. But just the fact that these are like some of the first shiny Pokemon on cards, and me personally, I love shiny Pokemon. If you follow me on Twitter, you know that already. So it really hits me. I don't know, I just really love these cards.
Number 2.
Getting down to the wire. Coming in at number 2, we have Delta Species cards. Now, not specifically just EX cards, but these are my favorites that I have on the screen. But there are some awesome ones, like some awesome other Delta Species holos in those sets. We have Kingdra EX, Altaria EX, Dragonite EX, and Salamence EX. These are from Dragon Frontiers, I believe they're from. But just look at these cards. There's a grass type Dragonite EX. Like, are you serious? That is like one of my favorite cards, obviously because it's on this list at number 2. But I love Dragonite, and I love that they made him a grass type, and the Altaria water type looks amazing too. Just, they couldn't have, I wish they would really bring Delta Species back. Just make a whole nother Delta Species set. I bet you would get so much love.
And finally, number 1.
And lastly, at number 1, I'm sure most of you guessed it if you've been on this channel or follow me on Twitter a while, but we have my Charizard collection. I could not just pick one. I am so sorry, but this is my pride and joy of my TCG collection. We have the secret rare Mega Charizard EX, then the secret rare shiny Charizard from Plasma Storm that I told you guys there would be another one of those shiny Pokemon. We have a shining Charizard, so there's a little bit of everything from this list that's in with these Charizards. We have a bunch of base set Charizards, base set 2 Charizards, some first edition holos and other cards. There's tons of Mega Charizard EXs. X and Y versions, some level X's, a full art, and a bunch of the regular EXs. I've just been collecting them since I've started collecting cards, and it's just grown, and I absolutely love it. I have tons of holos of Charizard too, but I didn't include them in these pictures because they aren't really. These ones definitely outweigh those cards by a long shot. But Charizard is my second favorite Pokemon next to Pyroar, but Pyroar doesn't really have an awesome card yet. So I'm sure as soon as he gets like an EX or a full art or something, that'll be up there on my list. But I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. Leave down in the comment section some suggestions for next week's TCG top 10, or maybe I should say the next one. I don't really know when the next one's going to be up. There's at least one a week, but maybe I'll do two, depending how I'm feeling. But that's about it, guys. I want to thank you guys so much for watching again, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.